The first rule of seduction. Nobody warns you about you feel the buzz. You glance without thinking. Your thumb unlocks. Your eyes skim the preview. Your fingers start typing before your brain is finished reading. You add softness. You round off edges. You send fast to prove you are easy. That is trained obedience, not personality. That reaction benefits them, not you. You perform small courtesies on demand. You smile when prompted. You nod to signal comfort. You explain when accused. You laugh to fill quiet. You reply to neutral pings with energy. You do this because you are conditioned to keep the social surface smooth. That surface is not neutral. That surface is a harvesting field. Name the invisible game. The reaction racket. The reaction racket rewards the fastest performer and treats the fastest performer as supply. The ones who probe you know this. They send a prompt. They watch what you do under even slight pressure. If you deliver fast, they learn you will deliver under more. If you deliver warmth, they learn you will deliver warmth to cover their cold. If you deliver explanation, they learn you can be tried without evidence. They mark you as reactive. They mark you as lower. Most people fail the test in under 2 seconds. The eyes flick up, the shoulders angle in, the voice answers. The breath gets shallow. The tongue says too much. The typing indicator gives away state. The apology comes first. The favor comes next. The pattern confirms itself. Compliance is cheap. Compliance is praised. Compliance is stripped. You learned automatic compliance in childhood. Adults trained you to answer instantly. Teachers trained you to raise your hand and prove readiness. Supervisors trained you to be reachable. Platforms trained you to feel anxiety around unread badges. Friends trained you to fear the label rude more than the loss of time. Partners trained you to read ambiguity as an invitation to perform. You were shown that quick responses avoid punishment. You were shown that gentle tones avoid friction. You were shown that your side of the story must be offered without being requested. You were not shown that these habits leak power on contact. Seduction uses this leak by design. The seducer manipulates timing. The seducer controls resource flow. The seducer withholds clarity and watches for what you do. If you chase clarity, you are captured. If you fix their ambiguity with your certainty, you build their myth for them. If you perform reassurance on command, you demonstrate you will supply emotion as a service. That is what seduction eats. Cause, prompt arrives. Effect, obedience reflex fires. Consequence, power transfers from you to them. You already know the sensations. The read receipt timer starts in your head. The little bubble appears. You perform. You produce 8 lines to answer 1 vague line. You smooth tone for fear of offense. You close with emoji to show you mean no harm. All of this signals that your fear of loss outruns your appetite for control. All of this signals you can be steered. The system praises this. You get likes. You get a thank you. You get temporary access. You get reassured with crumbs. You get kept on a string. The string tightens when you pause. The string loosens when you chase. This trains you to chase. This trains you to fund the other side with attention, time, favors, and emotional labor. You cannot even see that your speed is the product. You think your speed is kindness. The market treats your speed as supply. Silence has a function here. Silence is pressure. Delay is leverage. Non-explanation is status. Frame withdrawal is control. You were trained to fear these tools because they threaten those who feed on reaction. You were told silence is rude. You were told delay implies disrespect. You were told refusal is cruelty. You were told not defending is guilt. These messages were installed to keep you reachable. The seduction frame boils down to timing. The first rule nobody warned you about is simple. You do not perform on the first pull. You never answer the initial tug as proof of value. You do not explain under pressure. You control timing or you get controlled. The reaction racket runs across contexts. In dating, someone sends a loose ping. Hey, you pour out a paragraph. They withhold again. You escalate. They reward intermittently. Your nervous system learns to work for variable payouts. Your focus narrows. Your self-respect erodes through micro-pleas. They breadcrumb because you follow crumbs. At work, someone drops a vague request on instant chat. You jump to solve. They offload confusion into your time. They claim responsiveness as a virtue, while they extract clarity and energy from you. Your calendar becomes their trash can. Your nights become their delay buffer. They praise your speed because your speed is their margin. With friends or family, someone complains in generalities. You start repairing. You soften your own boundary to manage their mood. You take on the job of making them feel understood. You turn explanation into tribute. They learn that complaints buy service. On platforms, notifications drive your nervous system. Each ping pulls your eyes. Each red dot trains a check-in loop. You produce unbilled labor for the feed. You hand your idle time to a machine that monetizes glance and swipes. Your reflex maintains a pipeline you do not own. The same loop repeats. Prompt, reaction, transfer. The transfer is invisible because it is measured in posture, timing, and tone before it is measured in money, sex, status, or access. The transfer is not dramatic. The transfer is quiet. Quiet drains are more profitable because they do not trigger rebellion. Here is how power silently transfers during reaction. Speed communicates priority. You place them above your present task. You reveal your schedule is open to their interruption. You announce that their anxiety is now yours to regulate. They store that data. They use it. Volume communicates nervousness. Long explanations make you look guilty. Long explanations mark you as someone who needs approval to feel right. That makes you easy to steer. Anyone who can produce disapproval on demand can move you. Tone communicates hierarchy. Excess warmth upward signals you want something. Excess warmth downward signals you fear something. Either way, you reveal you are thinking about the frame, not yours. You reveal you will trade accuracy for approval. You reveal your center can be bent. Defensiveness locks you into their story. If you defend, you accept the accusation's frame. You accept the burden of proof. You accept the role of the one who must be corrected. That role never climbs. Now the reversal. Silence flips the pressure gradient. Delay reassigns the clock. Non-explanation removes fuel. Frame withdrawal ends unpaid labor. These moves feel dangerous only because your old self was trained to fear them. These moves are not violence. These moves are restraint. Restraint is control. You build this control with repeatable behaviors that you can deploy under stress. You do not ask permission to use them. You do not announce them. You install them as defaults. Behaviors to rehearse. The 3-beat pause. Notice the prompt. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Then decide. No apology for the pause. The pause does the work. The delayed acknowledgement. Received. No timeline promised. No explanation. No emotive padding. A neutral signal buys you clock control. The one-line answer. Short. Factual. Closed. No warming extras. No internal state. No justification. Stop at the period. The redirect. What is the ask? Put that in writing. Send details. Schedule it. Move their ambiguity into a formal channel or drop it. The quiet no. No. Not available. Not a fit. Cannot. Without apology. Without a reason. The reason invites negotiation. The no ends it. The leave. End the call. Stand up. Walk out. Close the app. Do it without fanfare. Do it without heat. Your exit is the message. The non-defense. Noted. I disagree. That is incorrect. You do not present a case on demand. You do not rescue their feelings. You do not enter their courtroom without a judge you trust. The deadpan, neutral face, even tone, still body, minimal nodding, no filler words, no nervous laughter. You let silence carry weight. The D emoji, no exclamation when none is earned, no nervous softening. Punctuation as structure, not as comfort. Words as tools, not as treats. The clock control. Turn off read receipts. Turn off typing indicators. Batch responses. Set response windows. Make people wait by default. The filter. If they will not be clear, you will not engage. If they press, you disengage. If they escalate, you exit. The price. If you choose to help, you name terms. Time. Scope. Exchange. You do not give open-ended service. You do not donate clarity. These moves are simple. They are cold. They are measurable. They put your nervous system on your side. They make the other side reveal intention. They break the reaction racket because the racket requires advanced access to your speed. You will feel the old alarms. You will feel the urge to soothe. You will feel the itch to explain. That is only conditioning. Conditioning is not truth. Conditioning is only loops practiced over time. You break loops by starving them. You starve loops by withholding what they eat. They eat your speed, your words, and your need to be seen as nice. You withhold those. You regain leverage because leverage is timing and control of resource flow. The seduction lens makes this even sharper. Seduction runs on scarcity signals. The one who can wait sets the pace. The one who can end the contact controls value. Your restraint is the only honest scarcity. Your attention is scarce when you stop letting prompts spend it. Your body is scarce when you stop proving availability. Your mind is scarce when you stop solving others' vagueness. Scarcity drives demand. Scarcity drives respect. But you do not perform scarcity. You become scarce by conserving yourself. The tactics that feel most dangerous to your old self are the most useful. Do not answer a vague, "Hey," require substance, or ignore. Do not reward hot-cold patterns. Mirror neutrality, or exit. Do not fill the silence after you say no. Let them sit in it. Do not explain why you will not meet. State you will not. Stop. Do not reply immediately to anything that spikes urgency without consequence. Morning batch. Evening batch. Not both. Do not emote on demand. If someone says calm down, stay silent. Calm is shown, not declared. Do not argue over text. State your position once. Offer a time and place if necessary. Otherwise, stop. Do not accept last-minute changes as default. Either decline or reschedule on your terms. No justification. Do not chase ambiguity. Ask for explicit terms. If none are given, drop the thread. Do not defend your boundaries. State them. Enforce them. Conversation closed? You will notice the results fast. People who feed on reaction will test you harder. They will press for old patterns. They will accuse you of coldness because warmth without price kept them comfortable. They will label restraint as hostility because they benefited from your over-explanation. They will call you distant because distance closes their siphon. All of this is confirmation, not threat. The racket hates a closed valve. You will also notice a different pattern. People who respect timing respect you more under this regime. Those who operate clean prefer clarity. Those who know their value do not demand yours on demand. They align schedules. They state terms. They answer direct. They waste nothing. Your restraint acts as a filter. You stop being touched by hands that consider you a touchscreen. You become a console with authentication. Here is the core mechanical reframe. Silence applies pressure because it forces them to complete the circuit. They must generate clarity without your help. Delay creates leverage because time is the only non-renewable variable in every exchange. The one who manages time steers outcomes. Non-explanation signals status because the high-status position assumes its own legitimacy. The low-status position pleads. You do not plead. Frame withdrawal equals control because it denies them the game they can win. You do not play inside frames you did not set. Practice these under stress with clear scripts. In your head, buzz, pause, lock phone, breathe, decide later. Line opens with bait. You reply, not available. That is all. They accuse. You say noted. They demand a reason. You say, I do not explain. They push for urgency. You say tomorrow. They ask for effort without terms. You say send the scope. Then decide. They get loud. You go quiet. You let volume burn out against silence. They get sweet. You stay neutral. Sweet does not buy speed. They call you selfish. You end the call. Not up for debate. These are not acts of aggression. These are acts of governance. You govern your channel. You control throughput. You set protocols. You do not overshare keys. You do not outsource your firewall. Understand the first rule in full. The first response creates the frame. The first frame decides the roles. The roles decide the flow of value. If you rush to play, you accept the spectator's terms. If you withhold, you force renegotiation or exit. Both outcomes benefit you. The ones who remain do so on clean ground. The ones who leave were there for extraction. You did not lose them. You lost a leak. You will experience withdrawal from the dopamine of being seen as agreeable. That feeling passes. What remains is space and accuracy. You will see more clearly who uses prompts as levers. You will see how often displays of urgency are theater. You will see how many people become kinder when you stop being instantly available. Availability without price breeds contempt. Scarcity breeds care. Care is only real when it costs the other side something to show it. You are not flawed. The system is functioning as designed. Schools teach speed as virtue. Platforms weaponize notification psychology. Workplaces glorify responsiveness because it benefits management throughput. Dating scenes celebrate the unreachable while punishing the available. Families enforce instant access with guilt. All of this keeps you warm and weak enough to keep the wheels smooth. Awareness breaks that lubricant. Friction returns. Friction reveals structure. The mechanics of the reaction racket rely on you believing the clock belongs to them. It never did. The clock belongs to whoever claims it. You claim it by not letting prompt equal command. You claim it by letting silence do your work. You claim it by letting others feel their own feelings without you regulating them. You claim it by making decisions offline and announcing them briefly. This is weaponized restraint, not performance. You are not acting cold. You are simply not providing free heat. You are not performing confidence. You are removing public access to your insecurity. You are not angling for effect. You are choking off a hose you did not consent to. Install a few hard rules. You never answer on the inhale. You never defend on first accusation. You never provide timelines you did not choose. You never accept a frame you did not state. You never increase volume to match someone else. You never correct rumors in low rooms. You let fools talk. You dominate by indifference. You never write more than the other person wrote, unless you want to show hunger. You never chase a reschedule twice. You never reward passive aggression. You pretend not to notice. You respond only to explicit asks. These rules keep you unreactive by default. Unreactive is not numb. Unreactive is unhooked. Hooks dangle. Hooks test. Hooks cut if you grab them. You let them dangle. You turn and do something else. The hook loses power. The fisherman must move. Your new posture makes you harder to touch. Your new timing makes you less extractable. You do not become cruel. You become exact. Exactness is frightening to those who need noise to hide. Exactness is attractive to those who live clean. Seduction comes naturally from scarcity and selection. You select. You do not audition. You show preference by attention, not by words. You do not gush. You do not gush because gushing sells you. You let others sell themselves. You will be accused of playing games. You are not. You are refusing to play theirs. You are turning off automatic play. That is all. Their panic is data. Their calm is data. Their choices under your silence are data. You collect it. You decide. You will lose some immediate comfort. You gain permanent leverage. Leverage makes you dangerous through restraint. People cannot yank you. People cannot script you. People cannot warm themselves on you when they feel a chill. People cannot move your calendar with a ping. They have to bring something worthy. They have to pay price. Price filters noise. Noise lowers signal. You increase signal by ignoring noise. Recognition has already begun. You spotted your reflex in the first lines. You felt the tug to fix. You felt the itch to show you are one of the good ones. That itch was trained into you. It was not yours. You do not scratch it anymore. You leave the itch. You let it fade. Threat is clear. Every untamed prompt steals time. Every unnecessary explanation lowers rank. Every needless apology conditions you. Every quick reply writes a contract that you will always be quick. Contracts bind. You must break the contract by breaking the pattern. Pattern is power. Break it, and the other side loses their grip. Exposure complete. The reaction racket is the invisible game. The ones who use it look like leaders, lovers, or friends. They are extracting. The extraction is micro. The sum is heavy. You feel worn out because you have been mined. Power reversal is simple. You cut speed. You cut volume. You cut softness unless it is your choice. You cut audience access. You make others carry their own emotions. You let your silence force investment on the other side. Those who invest deserve more. Those who refuse deserve none. Cold clarity remains. You are not here to improve yourself. You are here to end unpaid labor. You are here to own your clock. You are here to install a delay line between their tug and your hand. That line is the first rule of seduction. You do not perform on the first pull. You never let a prompt become a command. You let your stillness set the pace. You let your restraint define your value. Mental rehearse now. Phone buzzes. You do nothing. Breath in. Breath out. Continue. You read an accusation. You type one word. Noted. You stop. A vague invite arrives. You reply. Pass. Or details. A last-minute change lands. You say not possible. Next week. Or silence. Someone says you are different now. You say nothing. You keep being different. This cannot be unseen. You will notice every tug. You will feel their impatience pop off them like static. You will see how often urgency dissolves when you refuse to absorb it. You will watch people talk themselves into clarity inside your silence. You will watch others flame out when denied easy fuel. The game reveals itself in full once you stop playing. Final warning. Once you claim your clock, you cannot go back to being harvestable without hating yourself. You will lose some people. You will gain space and respect. You will stand colder. You will stand clearer. You will be harder to touch. Your restraint becomes the threat. Your silence becomes the test. Your delay becomes the price of access. That is the first rule of seduction nobody warned you about. You do not perform on the first pull. You make the world come to you on time you choose.